Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This side from No Picks Podcast.
What up, family? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, so as y'all see, today we got some Kendra G singles live content. We're gonna do it like how we normally do. We're just gonna play a couple clips, stop it intermittently, and Joe and I are gonna make some comments, and hopefully it's entertaining for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna start it now, and let's make some magic happen.
Here we go. Okay, your name is Princess?
I'm Princess.
Okay, like you eat healthy. We see your food right there.
I'm
Hey, Princess.
Princess, where you calling us
Hey,
from?
girl.
Atlanta.
ATL. How old are you?
I'm 35.
35. What you do for a living?
I do real estate here in Atlanta.
Real estate in the ATL. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old.
You have a 17? How old are you, Princess?
I'm 35.
You look so young.
Thank you.
All right, so so before we even go further, if we do the math on that, she's 35 and she has a 17-year-old. So she had the kid at roughly when she was around 18 years old.
Okay.
Her first kid.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep going,
Damn.
but that may be relevant later on down the line as we go. So let's keep going.
All right.
All right, 35, 17, and what else?
And a 15-year-old.
Both by the same man?
Yes.
Have you ever been married?
I've been engaged but never married.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
Aries. So stop moving if you can, baby. We got Princess Atlanta, 35, Aries, 35, real estate. 35, I keep saying 35, I had it twice. Mine two, by the same man, was once engaged. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for a spiritual, emotionally intelligent, generous man who knows who he is, knows how to treat a woman, knows how to communicate. Just well-rounded as far as like financial aspects.
Wait, Joe, let me ask you something real quick, before she even finishes saying what she's saying. What the hell do women mean when they say emotionally intelligent?
I don't think they know what they mean when they say that, bro.
All right. That's the sentiment I'm kind of believing, but like I feel like if you ask 7, 10 women or 100 women what emotionally intelligent mean, they'll all have 100 different definitions.
They will, and they won't be emotionally intelligent themselves too. That's what's crazy. They ask for something that they don't have. So
it just sounds like a nonsense
buzzword
term to me. Doesn't it? Like it just sounds like. Okay, all right. I just wanted to be clear. Like
it's a buzzword, bro.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
It's just as long as he's ambitious and has his life together. I mean, I would say preferably over 100K because I make that, so I would want him to make at least what I make or more.
I was gonna say everything you said. It was like.
So we got another one.
You got another one who makes 100K, bro. All these shorties make 100K on the internet, bro.
You're lying, bro. Like
every black woman that we see on the internet is making 100K, bro. This is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Well, yeah.
Around money, it was like generous, ambitious, financially well-rounded. So I was gonna say, girl, is there a dollar amount? Because I feel like we talking about money, but in the most different adjectives you can think of.
No, the first thing I literally said was I didn't even say anything about money at first. The first thing I said was
generous.
But I said spiritual, emotionally intelligent, knows how to communicate, express himself. Like that was the first things I said. I didn't even say anything about money.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for a spiritual, emotionally intelligent, generous.
And then you said generous, financial, well-rounded. And then you literally said the dollar amounts. So I feel like we were going there, but it's okay. We got that clear. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, liars, cheaters, down low men, very feminine men. We have a lot of those here in Atlanta. We have a lot of bad bitches and men that feel like they're the pillow princesses and they want you to chase them and buy them flowers and take them out on dates. I'm not dealing with any of that.
Okay. So speaking of the ATL, our next speed dating mix and mingle event is going to be at Kitchen and Cocktail in the ATL, February the 11th. It's a Tuesday. So pull up. All right, back to you. Okay, so no princess men.
No princess men. I like masculine men.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Well, I'm tall. I'm 5'9", so like hopefully like 6'1" or taller. I like dark skin. I really love like dark skinned men with white teeth.
Okay. Did your child's father, did he have all these attributes?
Yes. I have.
Why didn't you? Huh?
Well, I was gonna say my son, and I want him to be taller than my son because my son is 17. He's 6'3". So I don't want my son to be able to little boy him.
So you got to be taller than her son, preferably her preference. So is your son's father tall?
He's 6'4".
Why didn't y'all work out?
I was young. I was 17. I met him when I was in high school. I was staying with him for 5 years, and we just grew apart. I grew up when I had the kids. He didn't.
Okay. All right. So, but would you date a man that is shorter than your son or no?
Oh, shorter than my son? Yes, I would.
Okay.
Not shorter than me. No.
Not short. You're 5'9".
Yes.
Okay. So we already got to it earlier. The money amount is $100K. So if he made $75K, should he not reach out?
Okay. I could do 75K, but he got to be like an entrepreneur. Like, he can't be like 9 to 5.
Is that overall? Nobody 9 to 5?
I prefer not to do a 9 to 5 just because of like my schedule, how flexible I am, and I like to travel a lot. Like, I've been to 22 countries, and I want somebody to be able to travel with me.
Pause.
Okay.
The flags is not coming out in full force. At first, I was waiting for them, and now they're like pew 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 pew. And I'm like, hold on, it's too many flags all at once, right? So we talked about this before, right? So the fact that she's 5'9" sometimes works against women, right? Especially if they want somebody who's taller. Women, generally speaking, wants a man who's taller than them. So taller women have a harder time finding men because, the taller the man is, the rarer he is, right? Because just being over 6 feet tall is like what? Top 20%, maybe 15% of men, especially if we're talking about in the US. Like, so they already have a hard time finding somebody their height or taller because men are they're taller than the average man. And then she wants someone who makes 6 figures. And so you already want somebody in the top percentile for height and for income. And then you're in Atlanta, hoping he's not that in the DL because Atlanta it's a lot of brothers with sugars and they take in Atlanta from what I hear. So it's like flaming down there. So I don't know, bro. What are you thinking so far? Like, he just rattled off a lot.
I mean, the fact that she's insisting on somebody making 6 figures. You got 2 kids. You're 35. You got a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. I think the biggest red flag to me, there are 2 big, huge red flags to me. The first big red flag is that she's insisting on somebody making over 100 grand, right?
Right.
You want a top 10% guy,
right,
to help take care of you and your 2 kids, right? That's the first thing.
Right.
The second thing is this entrepreneur word that's so prevalent in our community, in the Black community. It's like women are just so enthralled, maybe men and women, but people are just so enthralled by this word. There are so many entrepreneurs that make like no money at all, but like just the title in and of itself, I think has power within the Black community. Regardless of how successful you are, I think if you are just your own boss and you make your own rules or you live by your own schedule, it carries so much weight within the Black community, regardless of how much money you make. And to me, that's weird. That's like backwards. So if you're an entrepreneur and you make $40,000 a year, and I work at 9 to 5 and I make $100,000 a year, for whatever reason, in her mind, and a lot of times within the Black community, the person that's the entrepreneur that makes less money has more value, or is thought of in a higher regard than the guy like you and I who makes over $100,000, but we work at a regular 9 to 5 job.
Right.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. And then we'll speak to the men in the family. Like, women like this is the thing. Like, or women too. Listen up. Like, when we say that it's harder for women with kids, especially single moms, to date, there's a reason for that, right? She's looking for a tall, masculine man who makes 6 figures or more. That man has options because a lot of women are going after these types of men. Tall, 6 figures. You know what I mean? What's the thing? 666, 6 figures, 6 pack, 6 feet. You know what I mean? I think 6 inches of man meat too, like 666, right? They all looking for the same man. This man has a pick of a litter. Gentlemen, would you rather have somebody who is younger, or maybe even if she's the same age with no kids, that you can be like, yo, I'm trying to take you out so and so Friday or Saturday, we out. And she's like, yes. Or someone who's like, I don't know, I can't go right now. I got to find a babysitter. I got to see where my kids are at. I got to see, there's always an accommodation.
Right.
The kids are always going to come first. And you got to be working on her schedule. And we tell women, masculine men who making money, they got their own schedule, and you got to fit yourself into their plan, into their schedule. Like she needs somebody who's trying to fit into her lifestyle. He can't work a 9 to 5. She likes to travel. Like it's all me. You see, it's all about accommodating her. A man with options is like, shorty, she's bad, so he gonna dig in them guts. He gonna lie to you. He gonna rizz you up. She bad, bro. So he's gonna try to get in digging them. But like to take her seriously, she's already showing too many flags. Like you need a man to fit into your program. It does not work that way. It just don't, especially for a man, the type of man that you're looking for. So that's what I was gonna add to that. Like she's tripping, bro. Like
tripping hard. And another thing for me, I'm gonna make it quick because I want to get to the rest of the video. But bro, there's a major red flag that pops in my head whenever a woman says, "Oh well, because I need to travel." Because bro, women will do that shit under any means necessary, bro. They will go into debt in order to go to fucking Mexico or Jamaica or whatever in order to travel. Right. And I'm like, yo, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I'm like, yo, when did it become the case that like all these women just want to come out here and just travel and be Carmen Sandiego? It's like, yo, like, yo, when we were younger, traveling was like a person with a middle class, upper class, middle class, or a rich person thing. Niggas making $20,000, $30,000 a year wasn't talking about going to Miami for spring break. Like your vacation is going to maybe Atlantic City.
Wildwood.
Driving to Atlantic City or driving to Myrtle Beach. That's your vacation because that's what you can afford.
Poconos.
Or the Poconos, right? Yeah, that's what you can afford back then. You know what I mean? But that's when people were living within their means. There are people now who make $30,000-$40,000 a year that think that they can go to Dubai, and they're putting it on a credit card and being like, oh, okay, cool, and just paying off in huge amounts of credit card debt just to be able to be like, yo, I travel. So a woman like this, that's like, yo, I need to travel. You got to be an entrepreneur so we can travel. You are a huge red flag. For me, in my head already, you a fun girl. You somebody I can link up with. Right. We can have some drinks. We can get a hotel room. We can have sex. Wake up tonight, and maybe I'll see you the next time. Maybe I'll see you. Maybe I won't.
Maybe not. Right.
But like maybe for her, I'm like absolutely hell no already.
Just for fun. And also, and sorry, Ty, I want to get back to the clip too, but like women like this, we usually call them like alpha widows. Like, and she was never married, so it's not like she is a widow, but like she has a man who was 6 feet tall, is making bread, is making that money. So she's always going to compare every other man to that man, to that one alpha she had in her life. Whether he was alpha or not, I don't know, but he had the frame, he had money. So she's always going to compare every other man to that man. She needs, you know what I mean? So like a woman who's been imprinted like that, you're always going to be compared to that man. If you fall short in any way to that man, he might be digging in her guts on the side because now he's the whole baby father, so he still has access to her somehow. So I don't know. Let's just see what she has to say, bro, because it's crazy.
Is there a job preference that you might have? Is there like is there a job preference you might have for this ideal guy?
She don't have no fucking idea.
No, not necessarily.
This shit pisses me off, bro. Because when Kevin Samuels had his show, he used to ask women when they used to be like, "Oh, I want this man make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year." Yeah. Like, oh, what professions? He used to ask like, "Okay, what professions do these men, do these men work in that make that kind of money?" Women would have no fucking idea, bro. They would have no idea. They'd be like, "Well, tech, maybe." He'd be like, "Okay, what's the job?" They want these men that's making all these money, and they don't even know what they do, which makes me believe that they just live a fantasy life. They
do. They do. You don't know what their titles are. You don't know where these men where they hang out at. You're not around them, but they want them. They want to. Nah.
You don't know these people. You have. Let's just keep going because all right.
I know, bro.
Clearly, like I really don't.
She have no
I don't
idea.
care. Like I'm not big on that. I'm
I
not
don't
pressed about
care.
his job, but
Right.
I do want him to be at least like have his own business so he can have like the flexibility and freedom like I have. I will say that because I like to travel and I don't want him to feel no type of way when I'm like, oh, I'm about to go here, and he like, oh, I gotta request PTO or something because I don't have to do all that.
Oh,
Well, okay, someone asked this
flags.
question. They said, when you're traveling, is he paying for both of you guys?
Yes.
Bruh.
Ah.
Not he, okay, no, it'll be sometimes like if I have a man, like one time, like he paid for the hotels and everything. I paid for the flights, and when we got there, he paid for everything. So I paid for the flights.
I don't know how much longer we need to keep this going, bro. I think, Joe, I think you and I kind of need to start having a conversation that, like, yo, bro, these women, Joe, this chick's our age. Like, I'm 36.
Yeah.
This chick's 35. Bro, these women, Joe, they're just fucking delusional, bro. Like, they're just genuinely delusional.
They are, and it's sad. It's sad because there's going to be an epidemic of older, lonely women because of this. It's like, shorty, you got 2 kids already, ain't never been married, so you're a baby mama. We don't know what the relationship with the baby father is yet, other than the fact that y'all just grew apart. We don't even know if he has access to you. She hasn't been asked when's the last time she's been intimate, so we don't know if you're single but out there still getting ran through. We don't even know, like, you're traveling, but like, do you own that house that you're in right now? Do you own anything? Do you have anything that's appreciating in value? Or are you just spending all your bread and going into debt to take these trips? Like, are you financially or fiscally responsible? Like, there's so many questions, bro. Are you a state sponsored bum? Are you getting a check from child support? Or, you know what I mean? Like, so many questions, but so many flags, bro. And she just likes to travel. And this is a party girl. We keep trying to give you our perspective. A women like this are for recreational use. We don't take them seriously. We don't. And we'll riz you up. We'll lie to you and tell you what you want to hear, because oftentimes women they can't handle the truth. So that's why we have to lie and tell you what you want to hear. And we're gonna dig in them guts and we're gonna keep it moving. But you don't get wifed up, man. I feel bad. I feel bad for Shorty because she doesn't realize that. But this is the reality. This is the reality, bro.
Let's do a couple more seconds and then we can just...
They gonna do a Kendra Can because I wouldn't mind a little 360. I ain't gonna hold
Let's
you.
see.
Okay, so you'll help at times. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. You're kind of already doing it. You look good. You got to back up when we see your full body.
She's attractive. Nobody's talking about it. She's
Okay.
attractive.
You're definitely in shape.
She is. She got
Right. ATL, they be having the bodies in Atlanta, child. Don't play with Atlanta.
She right.
They gonna
She
look
right.
good. All right, Princess. When was your last relationship?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Yesterday.
Here we go.
What's today? The 23rd. So probably a month ago.
So they be getting it in.
Wait, no. Today is the 29th.
Well, then over a month ago.
So December 23rd was the last time?
It was Christmas.
Well, Christmas is December 25th.
It was around Christmas.
Ooh, child, I'm gonna let you have your business. Okay. All right, 3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws. I would say flaws. 3 flaws. I don't think I'm perfect, but I've done a lot of work on myself, Kendra. Like that's the only reason I'm coming on your show and I'm looking for somebody, because I'm a true believer that you should work on yourself before you try to get involved with anybody. And I've done a lot of work on myself. Like I'm a very peaceful person. So like flaws,
I ain't got that many.
I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign, so I will say I'm stubborn.
That's a flaw. Stupid ass astrology.
I'm a little feisty, but I feel like I don't feel like that's a flaw, but I am stubborn.
Stubborn.
I'll say maybe that's my biggest flaw.
That's her biggest flaw. Okay. So let's do it. We got Princess ATL, 35, Aries, works in real estate, mom to 2, teenager, 17 to 15, was once engaged. Could the guy have kids?
I hate to keep saying that.
I actually want him to have kids because I don't want any more kids.
Okay. All right. Now the time has come. Princess, are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
She don't want no more kids. So you're also, gentlemen, so if you sign up for this, you're going to inherit 2 kids. Hopefully you're taller than the oldest, who's 6'3", because if not, he going to young boy you, or try to physically intimidate you. Then you got to deal with the fact that the baby father still has access to her. Then you got to deal with the fact that you got to make over 6 figures. Then you got to deal with the fact that she probably has a maintenance man because she's still sexually active, which means she's got a whole roster. Then you got to deal with the fact that she's going to be comparing you not just in height and money, but also in the bedroom to all the other men she done been with. Don't know if she can pair bond. Me. All she does is travel. She lacks self-awareness. When asked what her flaws were, she says she's stubborn and she says she's an Aries, which is stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Bro, what else are, like, bruh, like this is recreational use only.
No, she's not meant
That
to,
is it.
like relationship material. Yeah. No.
Like seriously, bro. And I don't want to make. I know the video's getting a little bit longer, but like you gotta. We talked about this before, Ty. Beautiful women have a problem, right? And the problem with them is that the world is basically given to them. It's at their feet when they're young, right? And when they realize that they're beautiful, and they realize that with that beauty comes privilege and comes access. They're the ones who get on the yachts. They're the ones who get, who get picked up by the old head driving a car in high school. They're the ones who get VIP in the club, in the bottle rooms. You know what I mean? Like, but the thing is, they don't mature emotionally because they don't have to. Because the men who want to have sex with you don't care. They just want to have sex with you. So I feel like these women, they get emotionally stunted at a certain point in their age, and they just never grow out of this mentality, this childish, immature, young girl mentality, because they're beautiful, or we call it pretty privilege, right? And this is what you get. She's had pretty privilege. She's still drunk off of that pretty privilege. And so in her mind, all this makes sense because throughout her life, men have been giving her pretty much what she wants in some way or the other because she's attractive. She's had privilege because of her looks. But I feel bad for women like this because then they live in la la land and they're delusional. And while they're at their prime, they waste that time. And they get into their 35s, still thinking that they have the same value and the same leverage, and you don't, but they think that they do. And here we are. Yeah. This is the product of all that. This is the product, Ty.
Listen, I can't dispute anything you said. Let's open up to the family. Let us know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, like, subscribe. I mean, listen. I feel like Joe said everything. I have nothing to add, so I don't. I don't hate to be a rubber stamp, but I mean,
no, you good, bro. Yeah, it is.
Right. Until next time, yeah.
Until next time, family.